We have as in 45, that's fine. Okay, what is this? They thought they could get away with it? Oh my god. Making cute, hot female characters in my video games? Unacceptable. Disgusting.
Hi! It is so great to be back. I have missed you guys so much. I know I was gone for a little while. I'm so sorry. Between the holidays, work, catching up on games, getting a new puppy, and then unfortunately getting pretty sick. It has been a lot, but I am doing well now and I can touch more on all of that at the end. But first, we have to catch up on everything that has happened while I was gone. Claire Obscure had a massive sweep at the Game Awards at the end of last year, and we also witnessed the trailer drop for the new Divinity game from Larian. We saw not one, not two, but 3 versions of Lara Croft get introduced. We learned that it is total.
And either way, she looks great. Didn't they model this after the chick that played Sansa in Game of Thrones? I think she looks fine. Looks pretty. Yeah, tomboy kind of vibes.
Versions of Lara Croft get introduced. We learned that it is totally okay and even encouraged for devs to give feedback on how to make a character hotter.
No way! Making a character based on audience wants and not crying when it fails because you didn't cater to an audience? What?
Long as it's Leon Kennedy and as long as the devs are women.
Oh, that's another thing. People sexualize Leon Kennedy all the time on Twitter. There's a bunch of gooner ass mods. Granted, there's gooner ass mods for the girl characters too, but I think like Leon Kennedy is on another level. They made like a whole BDSM mod for that motherfucker.
A game called Code Violet came out as a PS5 exclusive. Why, you ask? Because the devs said they did not want PC modders to turn it into a gooner game.
Yeah, and it completely flopped because it sucked inherently already, and doing the double down on the gooner shit didn't matter. It was all just pandering. Yeah, it was literally to pander, and like no one cared.
Well, given the game's poor
reception, we talked about it. It was a bunch of game devs that said, we're not letting you play on PC because we don't want people to goon mod it. And then I thought to myself, like, do you realize that it's kind of like a privilege to have a gooner mod for a game? Because that means someone's out there enjoying the game so much that they went out of their way to make free content for other people to enjoy for no money. Do you not realize that it's kind of like a flattery, like, basically? They're doing it for free. It takes hours upon hours to make it.
They wish the gooners were here now. We also got new Fable news, and while I am still not 100% sold on this one, I will at least say the world looks very whimsical. It gives a lot of Hogwarts Legacy vibes. 2 medieval games, Knight's Path and 1348 X Photo, both dropped trailers, and
this looks like that chick that's from The Last of Us. It's got that same face shape.
These 2 games pretty much perfectly sum up the state of the discourse in the industry right now. And then, finally, there's Highguard, which launched and managed to break almost 100,000 concurrent players. Unfortunately, it has now lost about 90% of those players and is sitting at like 20,000 mostly negative reviews on.
We're hovering at 10K. I think if this didn't have the hype that Jeff Keighley glazed on it, it would have just probably just stayed at 10K. Maybe it would have just started off at 20K. I think this is pretty reasonable, and then it just would have petered out and died. Yeah, this is this is something else.
On Steam. And while everyone is mad at Jeff Keighley for promoting this game, I am more concerned about Jeff himself.
I don't hate Jeff for like glazing it. I just don't think it was a good idea for him to put this into like the pedestal that it made people think that it was going to be an amazing game, and then people get disappointed. Would it have gotten a 10K? I think so. Like launch? Yeah, absolutely. I think there's probably some, like, think about it. This is just for PC, by the way. I think there's a lot of people that just follow genres based on like genre releases. 10K could have been easily like at launch, and then it just would have died, obviously.
He was the sole marketer for this game. Basically the only one.
Yeah.
What do they have?
Allegedly, he did it for free or something. They didn't even buy a spot for it. Again, look, I don't hate him. I really don't. I think he overglazed it. I think he genuinely thought it was a good game, and then now he's looking like a clown. Rightfully so.
On him. Anyway. The start to 2026 has been a lot, so let's dive in. I was late night scrolling through Twitter last week when I came across a post of this cutie. It turns out she is a romanceable character for the upcoming game Knight's Path, and I thought, oh wow, she's really pretty. That was it. That was my whole thought. And I was about to keep scrolling, but then I remembered, that's not allowed. Not around here, partner. Not around here. Like clockwork, I checked the replies, and there it is. Gooner bait.
Having a pretty woman is a gooner bait. You know, mascara wasn't invented till the 1830s. I thought this was supposed to get rid of realism. You do realize that they probably smeared charcoal on their eyes, and it was just not a thing that was mass distributed. The 1830s is when the Industrial Revolution was just starting to kick off and factories were made. I am 90% sure makeup was made in like Persia, and I think it was like around about Egypt, where they would smear charcoal and different dyes around their eyes to make their eyes pop more. Just because it wasn't quote unquote invented and like patented and mass distributed doesn't mean that it didn't exist. Women did this all the time. So actually, I'm gonna do the actually thing and nerd check them and say that they're actually wrong.
Incel game, and I just have to ask, have we really fallen this far? Have we gotten so used to unattractive female
AI gooner slop looks like a sex doll. This reminds me of, what's that game called? The Korean oh my god, what was it called? Stellar Blade, that was it. Stellar Blade, when that came out, people were like, this is disgusting! The main character doesn't even have like a physical counterpart for a real-life realistic model. And then they proved it wrong, and then it was a really, really extremely hot model from South Korea. That was a 1-to-1 model of the character in the game. And they were like, this is unrealistic beauty standards. Like, okay, which one is it? Is it like a woman or is it not a real woman? We're shifting the freaking goalposts over here. It was the director's wife too. Oh yeah, that too. That's like extra insulting. It's like, oh, I put her in the game because I find her really attractive and I love her. And she wanted to model for it. It's like, no, she's not a real woman.
That look like they were generated by an AI trained on solely mugshots, that now a woman with a normal, pretty face is considered gooner bait. I would like to add, it is literally just her face. The picture is from the neck up. She is just standing there, minding her own business, prettily, and the horny police say straight to jail. But honestly, I was so proud of the devs for sticking to their guns amid the backlash. This art direction came directly from a poll that they had run previously with their audience, and they followed through wholeheartedly. But then came the thing that really set people off. Someone asked if there would be representation in the game, and the devs did the unthinkable. And I realized in that moment that it would not have mattered how they said it or what exactly it was that they said. The problem was always going to be that they said no. And you know what? Good.
Make your own game then. What's the problem? There's plenty of LGBTQ games out there with representation, dating games, dating sims. Yeah, some of them suck, some of them don't. Who gives a fuck? Go make it for your audience. Why not let those people that don't want that have that? Remember the guy that had that sim game? Not the sim game, not a literal sim game, a simulation game where it's about repopulating, and then the next generation, like if your character dies, your son is going to be the playable character after that. God, I can't remember what it was. It was like a year or two ago. Was it Sulash? Is that it? Yeah, he just said like straight up like, yeah, no, there's no gay characters, and people gave him so much shit for it. They were fucking review bombing and saying like on Twitter, sending him death threats and shit.
for them.
Yeah.
Because if this industry is going to course correct, we need devs who can say no without fear. The pendulum has just got to swing, and this is what it looks like. We need devs that are solely focused on the story that they want to tell and something that they are truly passionate about, rather than trying to cater to the modern audience or make something for everyone.
These people don't play games. Real gamers play games no matter what. If it actually makes them want to superimpose themselves onto the main character or not. I've played plenty of games where it's a male character and it's a very manly game, and I just played it because I thought it was fun. There are girls out there that won't do that, and that's okay. Like, I don't play a lot of fucking girly ass games either. Like the cozy Nintendo Switch games that people really think a lot of girls like. Yeah, go play those then.
We need devs who aren't bending over to appease journalists or loud Twitter activists, devs who are not using their Steam page solely as a LinkedIn diversity statement. Knight's Path is a game that knows exactly who it's for.
Animal Crossing, no, that's the exception. I'm talking like little indie, like Witch's Brew, and sometimes I'll get them recommended on my Instagram reels, like top 5 games to feel comfy at home while it's snowing outside. I don't know, it's like those little indie games. I call them comfy slop.
And it is building for them. And it turns out
I bought it back
actually
then.
A lot of gamers, because they are already at 200,000 wish lists, including me. And you may or may not hear my voice in there somewhere whenever the game releases. Now, if Knight's Path isn't your thing, that is totally fine. You do have options. You could check out 1348X Photo, where you play as an angry lesbian knight with a bowl cut on a revenge quest.
Dude, they didn't... What? Bowl cut is crazy. Bowl cut is crazy. It looks like she's from Stranger Things, bro.
Across medieval Italy. And I do say this genuinely, that is one of the most unique, yet also not unique pitches I have heard in a long time. Why does she suspiciously look like Bella Ramsey?
Yeah, that's what I said. The chick from... No, not Bella Ramsey. The chick from Last of Us. Whatever the fuck her name is.
I don't know. The game also features Jennifer English, though, who I love so much, and I think she is so talented. But I will be honest with you. You know how I feel about my female characters, and when I saw the trailer, my thought was... I
don't know, maybe the story's good. I don't know. I can't judge right now.
I am not sure who is,
First
but
glance,
I certainly am
not very interested. Just at a glance.
Not the target audience for this, and I clicked off. And apparently when the X-Photo devs saw everything happening with Knight's Path, they could not do the same. They hopped into the discourse with a snarky modern agenda tweet of their own, and journalists immediately materialized to defend them. Here is what...
Journalists, you don't fucking hate them enough. They'll say fucking Black Myth Wukong is communist propaganda and that it's all just like an allegory for the Chinese Communist Party, and that it's bad, and not take it at face value that it's a really good game. And then they'll say shit like this. That's why people can't take them seriously, even when maybe they're being really genuine and they really like it. You know, you're ruining all that goodwill.
It's so funny to me. If you are confident in your game and your audience, why say anything at all? Well, apparently they can dish it out but not take it, because they have now closed their Steam discussion boards. Very knight-like,
Jesus Christ.
very chivalrous. And speaking of double standards, we have to talk about the GOAT himself, Mr. Leon Kennedy. I will admit, even though I am so excited for the game, I am way too much of a baby to play Requiem when it comes out, so I will have to watch my husband play through it first. But we recently learned that during RE9 development, a lot of the female devs had input on making sure Leon stayed hot, and they were getting very detailed about it, like the wrinkles on his neck detailed. You know what? I respect it. The response from everyone has also been great. Joking about it, celebrating it. Yes, Leon. Give us more hot Uncle Leon. But here is where I do start to spiral a little bit. We just went through this whole thing with Knight's Path. A female character.
No objectifying, but also put Leon Kennedy in a gimp suit. Ladies, come on. Let if you want to have fun, you gotta let the gooners have fun too. Come on.
Shows up with a nice face, and suddenly it is incel chud bait. But for some reason, the same energy does not exist for Leon and his carefully workshopped neck wrinkles. Nobody is calling those devs weird for putting thought into making him attractive. They are passionate about making him attracactive, and
yeah, because sexualizing men is okay. I wish we lived in a world where it was more, accepted and more equal. It's like in that other video, it's like, oh, putting makeup on your face as a man is gay, but if a woman does it, it's fine. Yeah. Now it's a little bit more accepted, I would say.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Speaking.
They enjoy it, the audience will enjoy it, and it will help sell more copies of the game. And it is the same thing with Lara Croft, a character who has always been meant to be attractive, but the recent reboot comes out and suddenly people are clutching their pearls over her outfits, over her wearing makeup in a video game where she fights dinosaurs. Why does she need mascara to explore a tomb? I don't know. Why does Leon need neck wrinkles to fight zombies?
Yeah, how does he have hair gel for, keeping up his hair in the perfect place while he's fighting zombies? Yeah, and uncovering evil plots, Yeah, why not?
Why does anyone need to look good doing anything?
Exactly.
It is a video game. It is for fun, escape, and enjoyment. Rules for thee, but not for he, I guess. Okay, let's talk about Highguard, which is truly one of the games of all time. So, like I mentioned, it launched with almost 100,000 concurrent players, very huge numbers, and then almost immediately lost about 90% of them. Now, I am not going to jump on Jeff Keighley too hard for this one. I genuinely do not...
I'll say it. I think he's kind of like on the level of Todd Howard, where you love to hate him. Yeah, I love to hate him. I don't hate him. Like, this is playful, but, like, I just love to hate him. Like, Todd with sweet little lies, yeah.
I don't know what it was that he saw in this game, because after watching some gameplay, he's just a goofball. It's pretty rough, and I think the conversation probably went something like this. Jeff played a demo, fell in love for reasons unknown, told the devs, I am giving you a primetime slot in this year's Game Awards. And they were probably like, are you sure, Jeff? I don't know, maybe a smaller slot, maybe a tweet. And Jeff said, no, final spot. Trust. And then he pointed finger guns at them and he walked.
Probably just got his handful of Doritos and was like, all right, see ya then.
But then reality happened, and it turns out, much like everyone was expecting,
telling you, he's like Todd
the game
Howard,
is not great. Now, to try and be super fair, I do think the internet was also kind of hunting for something, everyone was looking for the next Concord. They wanted to...
I think hunting's the wrong word. It's just, I think it was released as the way he framed it, like Titanfall, Apex, the game devs, I think what the other game was, whatever it was, all that made people think it was going to be really good. And then the trailer was extremely disappointing. Concord is way worse, hands down. Like, way, way worse.
New punching bag, and Highguard showed up at exactly the wrong moment with maximum spotlight on them, and I don't think most people are rooting for games to fail. Highguard was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and this is...
And they're too late to the party as well, because the fucking, this gameplay loop, I feel like it's been beaten to death at this point. And it shows in the design, because they just took a bunch of amalgamations from other shooters, or from other hero shooters, and it just didn't speak to anybody.
Just yet another sign that people are so over the modern slop.
Yeah, like Fortnite, CSGO.
We just want good games, and we want to be excited about good games. And when something gets hyped up like that and it does not deliver, it's gonna get roasted. Now, had this not been announced like it was at the Game Awards, had they just been left alone and done their own thing, they probably would have been fine. It would have launched to a much smaller group, and they would have had the time to make changes and develop, and that could still happen. I really am hoping that they will be able to turn it around.
I think Pippa said in a tweet that talked about this when they added 5v5 to the map, even though it's still really, really poorly optimized, and it doesn't launch. It has a bunch of game bugs, game-breaking bugs, and graphical issues. She said maybe this is a No Man's Sky issue. I think she was replying to like legendary drops. Yeah, she said maybe this is a No Man's Sky situation. You never know. Maybe it'll turn it around.
Speaking of turning things around, Oh,
Gay bugs.
Ubisoft.
Did I say that?
I really did not think that it could get much worse for them after last year, and I have conflicting feelings about all of this. Part of me wants to do the Death Note meme, but the other part of me, this is a company that I used to love, running across rooftops as Ezio, Pagan Min being one of my favorite villains ever, me and my cousins performing Rasputin on Just Dance because we took that game way too seriously. Ubisoft used to have the special sauce, so seeing where they are now, it's pretty rough. And we are only 1 month into the Grand 2.6 and already 6 games canceled, including the Prince of Persia remake that they announced like 5 years ago. 7 more games.
Oh no, Ubisoft is on life support. There's no coming back from this.
Games have been delayed. 2 studios.
They literally said, well, not said, but it was basically implied that if AC Shadows didn't perform insanely well, it would ruin the company, and it did. It definitely did. Yeah, I think they basically shut down a bunch of subsidiaries of Ubisoft and then created a new studio and then sold that to Tencent, if I remember correctly. It's been like 6 months, I think.
Shut down.
Yeah,
they have a €1 billion loss expected this year, and the stock is
they're cooked. Yeah,
now there are lots of reasons for why this is happening, and some people want to blame the market, but for Ubisoft, I think it is pretty simple. They stopped making great games.
Yep.
And that is a crazy take, I know. But clearly, their priorities shifted to monetization models, internal HR initiatives, consulting firms telling them what modern players really want, and then just picking fights with their own audience base. Do you remember when their subscriptions guy said that players need to get comfortable not owning their own games?
I will never understand this. Being condescending to your own audience that could just turn off the stream or turn off the video or stop playing your game and refund it, and being condescending and snarky to them. I don't understand that at all. Like, I'll bring up No Man's Sky as an example. It's like, the guy that founded No Man's Sky, he bit off more than he could chew. He fucked up really, really badly. But he said, you know what? I'm just gonna buckle down. Everybody can send hate my way, my game devs. They can just ignore everyone else, and I'm gonna take the brunt of the hit. And I thought that was very, very, I don't want to say heroic, but it was very noble of him to do that, because at the end of the day, No Man's Sky ended up producing something because they actually had a passion to it. It wasn't just a borpo, regurgitation. Just putting it out, finishing it, dumping it, and then just moving on to the next thing. They actually had like passion behind it, even though they really, really fucked up.
How do we make games that people?
Yeah, it was Sony's fault, but it was also the guy's fault for agreeing to it. He didn't need to do that. I think there would have been something else coming along, or maybe the circumstances aligned and he really got fucked up, but yeah, he took responsibility for it and fixed it, and that's what it is. It's accountability, and these Ubisoft executives can't take accountability. They'll blame everyone else but themselves, because they don't actually give a fuck.
Love, but how do we extract maximum value from people that we don't even like?
Yep.
And when Ubisoft's games underperform, do they reflect?
They're just a bunch of wallets.
Nope. Outlaws undersold. Yep. They blamed Star Wars. Shadows got backlash. They called it a battle that they fought and won. A battle with their own customers. And their plan to fix things moving forward: more empty open worlds, more live service. The same exact formula that got them here, which is literally the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, which I do have to point out that a character from their own game, Far Cry 3, actually quotes. So that is one side of the coin. That's
literally infamous. It's to the point where it's a meme and it's transcended out of the game. There's people who can quote that have never played the game, like me. I know of Far Cry, but I know the dialogue where he's like looming over you and he's like fucking saying that shit, and he's going on this monologue about, how fucked up it is that you're just doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And it's not like that specific quote is unique to the game either. Someone else has said it before. It was just such an insanely good dialogue that people remember it and they quote it, and it's like transcended from the game into meme culture.
Now, let me show you the other side. While Ubisoft is collapsing, Sven Vinka casually posts that Divinity Original Sin 2, a game from 2017, just had its best sales month since launch.
Yay!
How does that even happen?
Yeah, because they want to play Baldur's Gate 2 when it comes out. I need to play that fucking game again. was the last time I played it. It is about time. I'm one of those people that will let a really good game like marinate and not touch it for at least like 5 years. When did I last play Divinity? 2020. Oh shit. Yeah, I think I played it with a bunch of friends back like during COVID. Yeah. Gosh, that game is so fantastic. Would highly recommend it. It's because of the trailer and everybody wants to play the new one. Not the sequel, but like the new installment.
Well, Sven says it's pretty simple. They make great games and they respect and like their players. At the Game Awards, they announced
No way!
Their return to Divinity, their most ambitious game yet, bigger than Baldur's Gate 3, and you could just feel the passion radiating off of it. But shortly after that, they hit a bit of controversy over sharing that they were using Gen AI tool experimentation, which
Blizzard does this, Bungie did this, Sony does this. I hate that they're putting their feet to the fucking fire over this when every other massive corpo does it. And nobody's fucking boycotting them. It's all just like virtue signaling and getting up on a studio that isn't a AAA studio. I don't know. I think it's so fucking cringe. And at the end of the day, I don't know actually that much detail on it because I don't think I was talking about it. I just saw people talking about like Asmon and a couple of other people like Madam Savvy. Yeah, at the end of the day, it wasn't like they were generating shit. It was just to help them, man. UE5 uses everywhere. Yeah, like God forbid, man. It's everywhere at this point. You can't get away from it.
Personally,
and they were being transparent. Blizzard tiptoed around it, and they were like, "Oh, we use AI filter from our artists so that we can save time on backgrounds and shit." I'm like, I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that for a moment. I bet you've used it in game, in other things other than like creating textures. You're just tiptoeing and pussing it around because all the Blizzard fanboys and fangirls that just fucking eat your slop no matter what, they're the ones that are going to hold your feet to the fire if you admit to more than a little bit more than you actually intend to.
Yeah, I think the whole blow up over this was a bit ridiculous. They were just trying to be transparent about their creative process. But anyway, with all of that, what did they do when they were hit with that backlash? Did they gaslight everyone? Did they call it a battle? Nope. They held a Reddit town hall with Sven, the art team, the writers answering questions directly. It is clear that they have a lot of passion and love for what they do and for their audience. Look no further than all of the free content that they released the past 2 years for Baldur's Gate. And after 20 million copies and all of the-
And you think that like this game is bad? Yeah, I don't think so.
Those awards, they are still indie. They even chose to walk away from the Baldur's Gate franchise for now, which would have been a guaranteed money printer for them because they wanted to work on something they were more passionate about and deliver the most amount of value for their fans. Same industry, but completely opposite results. I think it really does come down to two questions. Do you like the game you were working on? And do you like the people you were making it for? Because when the answer to both is yes, you get Larian. When the answer to both is no, you get Ubisoft. Side note,
or our creators where the game is really, really good and they said, we just want to like cut down on the boring work. Yeah, some first-time chatters like, yeah, we're doing it for the boring shit, which is totally fine because all these stupid idiots that want constant instant gratification, they want faster patch launches, they want this, they want that, they want, more cosmetics, this and that. If it cut down 2 hours or like 2 hours from a person that could be doing something else and doing something useful and producing something useful, they also are the kind of people that are like complaining in a fast food line that it's taking 15 minutes instead of 10. Like, come on, man. Shu commented on your BB No video? Man, okay, I'll look at it after. Okay.
Did finally play DOS 2 over the holidays. I was one of those post-spike sales. The hype got to me. What can I say? And the whole time I was playing, I kept saying, this reminds me of Baldur's Gate 3. So if you are into CRPGs, I highly recommend it. It is a very well done game. Whew, okay, that was really a lot. Good. But if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for being here. Like I said at the start, it has been a while, but you know what they say. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. So hopefully that is true for you too. Hopefully you missed me at least a little bit. It was a really busy couple of months though. I had family stuff, holidays, work. I finally did get to play Dispatch though. I beat DOS 2, which took a lot longer than I expected.
She's a nice lady.
But just getting to sit down and get lost in a good game again, it felt really great. Something that didn't feel great was watching Stranger Things Season 5 and realizing that
Oh, I finished it so I could actually properly bitch it out. To all the haters are like, Alana, you're a fucking grafter. You're just bitching about everything. Did you know that most people on Twitter, even the ones that are like really, really into it, they said it was dog shit. That's bad.
I would never get that time back. I also got a new puppy who was very
out.
cute and very chaotic. And then I got sick for like 2 weeks straight, but I am back now and I'm feeling much better. And I am super excited for everything 2026 has in store. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye. She's a nice lady. Good yap video. Very nice. Go check her out. She's awesome. Yay.